Wait, you saw Robert Kiyosaki?
Of course.
And Les Brown?
Les Brown. So
that was multiple times what you would have been earning as a
millionaire in Ghana. Yes, because the hostel alone is 820,000.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thrive in Africa podcast on Eqay Inspire YouTube channel. My name is Ebenezer Agbequest, and on this program, what we do is we invite Africans who are thriving in different fields, and we talk to them about how they're able to make it and extract lessons from their stories for your benefit. So today, I'm with a gentleman who quit nursing. He started a side hustle, and it grew to make him a millionaire. And we'll get into his story and ask him how he was able to do that. Eventually, he moved on to take up this side hustle full time. And that's what he does now. He has a hostel built in UDS. He has his own transport business. And he's a young guy. This is not somebody in his 70s we are talking about. So let's talk to him. His name is Edward Yacham, and we'll extract lessons from his life story for your benefit. Welcome to Eqay Inspire YouTube channel.
Thank you so much, my brother. I'm glad to have you around.
Wonderful.
Yes.
We're also glad to have you on this platform.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So when we hear stories of people who, are young, if I study your story, my understanding is that you are somewhere in your late 20s or early 30s.
Yeah, early 30s.
Okay, good. Yeah. So for somebody who is young like that, who has a hostel built from scratch and has a transport business, all these things going on in your life, the understanding will be that, maybe you are related to a big politician somewhere, or your father also has a lot of businesses, and you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Yeah.
So just walk us through how it all started. How was your childhood like? Were you born with a silver spoon, or how was that like?
Very far from that. I actually hail from Cherponi. There's a village in Cherponi. It's in the northern part of Ghana.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm born to a family of 5 children, and I'm the 4th born.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how life was. At a point, my parents divorced. There was a divorce. Okay, so I lived most part of my life with an uncle, and later on I moved into my dad, who was still working by then in Navrungu. That's Upper East region.
Okay.
And trust me, back at the village with my uncles going to farm and what have you, when I got to Navrungu, it was a shock, because I saw children take malt, cook morning, afternoon, evening, and that was alien to me. Because at the village, this is what we take on special occasions.
Wait,
like
so
Christmas.
Navrungu was a city?
It was like a city.
Oh, wow.
To me.
Interesting.
All right, yes, and the lifestyle. So my understanding and horizon of life broadened. I could see that the life was more than just climbing trees and shaking shea nuts down and getting down to pick and eat.
Oh, wow.
Waiting for dawa fruit to mature, then we go and sack. All right, so it was a whole lot. So life wasn't easy for me, but I didn't really know that until I went to the town.
Okay.
Then I saw that children were eating well, they go to school with lunch box and what have you, and this is something that never happened in the village. Okay?
Wow.
Yes, so life was very tough.
Okay.
Yes, living with uncles and what have you. Even with my dad at Navrungu, it was difficult, because very young, and this was somebody who has to get up, go to work. He didn't really care that much. I had to find a way to cook and that kind of thing. I was around 9-10 years. Yeah, and I had to do that. Primary 5, thereabout.
Wow, so you were really not born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
Far from that.
Okay, but even the first lesson I'm even getting already is that exposure can really shape somebody's life, especially when they are infant.
Exactly.
Because if you didn't see something else from what you were used to, you may probably not be aware that there is more out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So from there, you ended up studying nursing. What drove you into nursing in the first place?
So I wanted to school after JHS. My plan was to school in a big school in Sunyani. I heard about it, and but my dad said that he can't afford any of that, and that I should find a humble school in the north to attend. All right, so I decided that, okay, I would choose Tamasco. And he said that was a big school. I should find some village school. Okay. He cannot afford all of that.
Okay.
But there was somebody who was able to convince him to let me go to the school of my choice, because it is one of the reasons that can inspire me to study. Yeah, if I'm forced to go to a school I don't like, I may not take school seriously. And that was the only reason my dad was convinced to allow me to choose Tamasco.
Okay.
Yes, the biggest school in the north anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I went to Tamasco. I completed it. I had a single digit. But
Awesome.
yes, but I had to go back to the village, uncle's farm. My dad had retired. He went back to the village.
Okay.
So I followed him, went and farming and what have you. Now, to go to the university was a challenge because of the funds. So the suggestion
what
was
did you
that
study in Damascus?
I studied science.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
And you had a single digit?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's right.
Right.
So the suggestion was that I should first go to the nursing school because there was an allowance as at then.
Okay.
And fees were cheaper.
Oh, okay.
And that once I'm able to go through, there was even a way I could go on to study medicine or any of the medical stuff.
Okay.
All right. So I understood that, okay, if it is the cheaper option and cheaper route, then let me take it. And that was how I ended up at the nursing training college.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you say you had passion for it that much?
No, not that much.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
not that much.
Okay.
I wanted to go straight into medicine and become a doctor. That was the passion I had.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Yes. But the nursing was like a stepping stone because of the background, the poor background from which I came from.
Okay.
And from the explanation given to me, I realized that that was the only option.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So at what point did you find herbal, what is it, herbal products?
Yeah.
Yeah. At what point did that come into the picture, and how did you make a switch to start selling them?
Okay. Yeah. So along the line, I don't know whether by stroke of accident or something, I developed an interest in entrepreneurship.
Okay.
I read a book titled Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Okay. First of all, how did you get into that space where you even got that book in the first place?
I was in town one day.
Okay.
And then there was this shopping center with a bookshop by it.
Okay.
So I think I went to shop. Then there was this guy selling the book.
Okay.
And he was hailing the book. How it's a very powerful book.
Okay.
And it can make people rich.
Okay.
And when I had made people rich, there was a spirit in me that was stirred.
Okay.
That, oh, what kind of book is that?
Okay.
Okay, so he said it was by then 5 CDs. Okay. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, so I bought it.
Okay.
Yes, I bought it and I read it the first time. I didn't really grasp the message. I went over it, I think about 3 times, and my eyes began to open.
Interesting.
I was now open to the idea of entrepreneurship and becoming rich, and some of the values of entrepreneurship, helping people, having freedom to yourself when you succeed, and that kind of thing. So I think that I began to have a different perspective again about life, living in general.
Okay.
Yes.
This is very important because this is where it all started.
Yes, exactly.
So I want to really understand, and so that people can really get how they can get into that space.
Okay.
Yeah, because once you are in it, you can now start moving from one step to the other.
Exactly.
So my question is, what even triggered you to read that book twice or 3 times? Because you read it the first time, you didn't really get the message.
Exactly.
Why would you read it again? Did you just like reading, or what pushed you to keep at it until you got a message from it? Okay,
so throughout life, I've been hearing that there are a lot of things hidden from the black man, and those things are written in books.
Okay.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is that what book?
Okay.
Yeah, these are questions that would normally run in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah, so when the young man said that this book is very powerful, it can easily make somebody rich. When I read the book, and I didn't see what exactly it was talking about, something dawned on me to go over it over and over. Yes.
Okay.
Until I got an understanding of it.
Interesting. That reminds me of one quote by Albert Einstein, that he doesn't have any special talents.
That's right.
He's just passionately curious.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's really powerful.
Passionately curious. And when I heard that quote, I said that no, it means I have to develop this curiosity. When I hear something, I have to want to know more about it.
Yes.
Why are people talking about this book?
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
something I'm missing?
Yeah.
And I see that in your story, which is
Yeah.
very incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you read Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
You got the message. What was the message it told you?
Yeah, so basically the message was that if one wants to make it financially, one will have to consider entrepreneurship. That one has a better chance of making it in life financially by going into entrepreneurship rather than working in a job.
Okay.
Working for someone else, whether government or a private entity.
Okay.
All right. So that was one of the key messages.
Okay.
And I also learned about determination. And nothing comes easy.
Okay.
And it's a fight for territory.
Okay.
If you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. And a whole lot of life lessons.
Wonderful.
And from my background, I realized, yeah, life wasn't easy. And so it kind of resonated with my life, where I came from, my story. And so I developed a liking to reading more of it. So I kept reading it over and over. I think that particular year I read Rich Dad Poor Dad 7 times.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
7 times.
If you stop fighting for what you want,
yes, what you don't want takes over.
Powerful.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so now you are still in nursing school.
Yes, I was.
You
still
read
in
Rich
school.
Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
You got this energy in you to pursue
that was in my second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
Nice one. I also had a great change in my life in second year.
Wow.
Yeah, you were about to say something.
Yes. So in that book, Read Dad Poor Dad, there was a suggestion to read other books.
Okay.
So I started looking for them.
Nice one.
One of them is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
Yes, so I had to get that. And then it also made a suggestion to a particular type of business that I didn't really understand. Okay. And the real estate, it spoke about real estate. Okay. And I didn't really understand what it is and how to start. I was schooling. I didn't know how to go about it.
Okay.
But I had it at the back of my mind that yes, entrepreneurship is surely going to be the way to the top.
Okay.
And what convinced me the more was the fact that, as student nurses will go on clinicals, and each time we go, I take the time to ask my superiors, how is the nursing, welfare, and financially. So what most of them tell me is that the profession is for us to help the public.
Okay.
It's about helping people.
Okay.
If it is about the money, that there's no money in it.
Okay.
They were being blunt with the truth.
Wow.
They were straightforward. And so I got to believe that, yeah, it's true. In fact, a matron told me that she was about 4 years to retirement, and she has no house of her own. That the responsibility, 5 children, a single mother. And I felt that such the responsibility, though huge, but I felt that she had succeeded so much in the profession to be rich enough to cater for those responsibilities.
Absolutely.
And from her story, she wasn't only lamenting about the fact that she has so many responsibilities on her shoulders, but she also made it clear that the profession does not pay and they are doing it just for God, for humanity's sake.
Interesting.
All right. So I was looking for something. What about if there is something that could allow me give to the public, serve humanity, and at the same time be rich?
Yeah.
I wanted both. I didn't just want to serve only. All right. So that was what was running in my mind all that while.
Okay.
Yes.
So you were still in school when you got all these insights.
Yes.
And so how did you now get into entrepreneurship? What options did you try different options, or how did you settle on something to pursue in that space?
Yeah. So my first entrepreneurship venture actually was in childhood. I used to sell kola nut.
Okay.
I used to travel. There's this village called Wapuli in the north. I used to travel all the way 1 hour 30 minutes to a big town, Yendi, to buy these kola nuts, then come and sell for some profits.
Okay.
All right. So that was but that was a long time before going to tertiary school.
Okay.
Now, at tertiary, when I had the idea of the power of entrepreneurship, what it can do for me, the first major business was a cassava business.
Okay.
I borrowed money from a friend called Pablo. It's called Amo Eric.
Okay.
We call him popularly by the name
Pablo.
Pablo. And I borrowed money. I remember, was it 700 Ghana cedis thereabout,
Okay.
to buy dry cassava from the villages. I had this nephew who was helping me do that.
I
So
see.
we go around
As a
in the
student?
village. Yes, as a student.
Wow.
So we buy it, then we put it in a truck, then it takes it to Kintampo. All right, then we sell. And but along the line, because I was in school, I could not be heavily involved. So he now took over to go to the village, but I was financing it from the loan.
Okay.
Yes. And the money grew to 4,000 plus within the space of 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
How much did you borrow initially?
700.
700.
And that was all I put into the business.
Wow.
Yes. So it grew to about 4,000. But along the line, this partner, the nephew, was kind of stealing from the business.
Oh, wow.
So he goes and then he tells me how the rain spoiled the cassava and all that. Then he sells, and then I was now making losses.
Oh, wow.
All right, yes. So I decided that let me pause, because I was making I wanted to cut my losses. Let me pause and then think what to do with the profits. All right. So that was how my first entrepreneurship venture started and ended.
Wow.
All right, yeah. So my first business partner, I could realize that managing employees, because he was on a fixed amount. Yeah, any trip you go and then come, you have about 200 Ghana cedis.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he was not to involve any money, nothing.
Okay.
He was just to supervise, make sure it's sold out, and then he comes back.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Before we even continue, why do you think a lot of people are unfaithful when it comes to running these businesses, deals? It's a fair deal.
Yeah.
You do this, you get your cut.
Yes.
They want to just shortchange you. And honestly, I think this is something that destroys their own lives.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, something that could have grown into a huge venture for you to be a major stakeholder in, you nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
What do you think? Where do you think that kind of mentality is from?
Yes. So it's human nature. For most people, they want to get rich for no work done. And when there's an opportunity to get more, greed is also a factor. Opportunity to get more, they feel that, oh, you are just making a chunk of the money. But they've forgotten you took the risk, the biggest risk, to start all this adventure. Taking a loan and all that, it could have gone bad. The vision, okay, and all that. So they don't look at that. They are looking at, oh, so now you are just sitting and I am doing all this and this money is here. Let me use this strategy to get more for myself. So that greed is human nature. If you don't control it, that's what it leads you to.
But as an entrepreneur, how can we mitigate that? How can we tell the people or make the people understand the value of what they are bringing and the value of their honesty for the future?
Yeah, so over the years, I've learned some lessons.
Okay.
My kind of business, which we'll be talking about later, is a great way to mitigate it.
Okay.
You know, in business, let me just chip this in. There are 3 ways to leverage on people.
Okay.
The first one is the employer-employee system. The employer-employee system means that you employ somebody, it's a fixed salary for the person. Then we have the broker-agent system. Okay, and in this case, the agent works not for a fixed salary, but anytime he makes a sale, he has a percentage.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Good. And then we have the network marketing system, where it's a partnership where the person works with you, but not for you. Anytime he makes a sale, you both have your share, and he has the same opportunity as you to also leverage on other people. Okay. Okay. So in this trade, you see that in the network system, there's such a challenge does not exist, because you don't pay the person. The person pays himself. Okay. And he has the same opportunity as you. So the greed, the thinking that, oh, you are just making the money is non-existent.
Interesting.
Okay. Then with the middle one, which is the agent broker system of building a leverage. The only challenge is that the agent can have, the the broker can have many agents.
Okay.
But the agent cannot.
Yeah.
So the broker has a leverage. He can become rich.
Okay.
But the agent cannot. So he gets frustrated and he may quit. Or one day he becomes his own broker and then leaves the
brokerage.
Yes. Okay. All right. So you lose him as a source of income.
Okay.
And so each 3 different types of leverages have their own advantages and disadvantages.
Okay.
So your question is, how do we mitigate this issue of employee has run away with your money and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
So for some of the leverages, it doesn't exist because
I get it.
Yes.
So for others, for instance,
yes, it doesn't.
Yeah, because everybody has the same opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no reason to. I mean, there's not even any avenue to even do that in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's clear to me.
Yeah,
I hope
exactly.
it's clear for the
viewers. Sure, for sure.
So yes, we are still in school.
Yes.
So you finished nursing. By the time you finished nursing, had you started something else? Yeah.
So along the line, a friend one day visited. Somebody said that when the people are ready, the teacher appears.
Okay.
You see, because of the mindset, I read the Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then The Richest Man in Babylon. Okay, these are books that I found in the Rich Dad, Poor Dad as recommendation for upcoming entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So I think that because of the mindset, I was able to attract situations that will lead to what I really wanted. A friend came along one day, a close friend that I met in the nursing school.
Okay.
And he visited and he was like, there's this other friend of his in a village who spoke to him about a business, and that is from US. And people are making a lot of income, and some are traveling abroad for free. And I said, that is a business. I said, what kind of business? And he didn't seem to understand more, but he was trying to say, I should forget about it. He just thought that, he just came along, he felt like saying it. I said, but it's a business, so I want to know.
Passionately curious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it took him 2 weeks to bring in this other friend of his who really knew more about the system.
Okay.
So this other friend came and he took me through what the whole business was about. It was a sales profession that offered me the chance to build a sales team. And the sales team have the chance to also build their sales team.
Okay.
And that was the network marketing.
Okay.
So I looked at it. But one thing that struck me was that he said that if I build such a system, I could will it to my kids. And he said with so much passion.
Wow.
Such that I was stirred, moved.
I see.
So I decided that I was going to start.
Okay.
But I had a problem. I had exhausted my profits from the cassava business about a year ago.
Okay.
But I was in the 3rd year when this other thing came up.
Okay.
And so having money to start the purchase, because you need to make an initial purchase of some products, was a challenge. And so I had to go back to Eric Amo, but he too said he was dry.
Oh.
And so I had to look for one
Pablo,
Mustafa. Right? Yes, Pablo. Pablo was dry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I looked for one other friend called Mustafa.
He was wet, eh?
Yes, he was an indigene of Tamale.
Oh, okay.
And the father was well-to-do.
Oh, I understand. I see.
Yes. And so he was able to offer me about 780 Ghana cedis as a then to start the whole thing. Yeah. So I bought it.
So what's the name of the network marketing business?
Forever Living Products.
Forever Living Products.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started while you were still in school?
Yes, while I was still in school.
Okay.
Yes.
How long after that did you finish?
Yes, so we were about to write an exam.
Okay.
Yes, so I think we had the exam in August. And I saw the opportunity in July.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So even the close friend who gave me a gist of what he had was like, Edward, we're about to start exam. All these things, products, that, how are we going to sell? How are we going to do the business? But I just felt that I have found a good thing. I have to be involved and find the how later. I had the why first. Okay. The how will come later.
I see.
If the why is strong enough, The how will come later.
Powerful lesson.
Yes.
Okay.
So I told him this, and then he said, "Oh, I've started this my motivational stuff, these things." And
Interesting.
but you know,
I see.
yeah, you have people who laugh at your knowledge because you don't think like them.
It's true.
So you look alien and strange, and they are almost ridiculing you for what you are believing in.
Yeah.
And so I decided to start. But when I started and I was encouraging, then he also reluctantly started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was how I started. So after the exam, I continued with it. I started studying it.
Okay.
What is it in detail?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So was the exam like your final exam?
Yeah, my final exam.
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
NMC exam.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So from there, did you start practicing nursing while doing the business on the side?
Yeah. So there was national service.
Okay.
In December, the results came. Okay. So I had to go and do national service.
Oh, okay.
Before there could be permanent posting.
Oh, okay.
So it was after the national service, I decided that I wouldn't go for the permanent post. It was ready. It was ready. It wasn't like this time now people have to wait 3-4 years before they are posted.
Okay.
It was ready. Something ready, yes.
And I think that was 2012, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So when you look at but the service entered into 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is what happened. During the service, I was aggressively studying the organization that was offering the network marketing business profession. I was aggressively studying the products involved. As a businessman, these are my products. I have to know the product. Is there a strong need for this product? What's the niche? How am I going to go about marketing it? Who are the group of people I should target? I studied all that. And I also read the history, so I could draw inspiration from people who are already involved. I want to get to the heart and soul of what I'm into. And the challenge was that internally they had no office by then. Okay. To get the product you have to, the nearest office was in Kumasi. So there were times that I exhausted my initial package. To get products, I have to get it from Kumasi. And remember, I borrowed the money. So when I returned the money, paid back the money, now to pick somebody's money to go and buy products for him and have a profit was a huge challenge. Nobody was willing to take that risk. Okay. Because we're basically talking to strangers. Okay. That was a challenge. And another aspect of the business involved building a sales team. Introducing other people to the benefits and the power of such a business model. Okay. A huge challenge was also about trust. Somebody trusting you with the 780 Ghana cedis to go and then do the registration, get the license, so the person could be a part of the business model. That was a huge challenge. But I came to understand that challenges do not stop people. Challenges are there to test your hunger for success. Wonderful. Challenges emerge so that you could grow before you can have the success. Okay. With that challenge, even if you by chance get the success, you don't have the wisdom to handle it. And when there's a challenge, which will always happen, when there's a problem, you easily lose the success because you didn't have to grow to achieve it. You just achieve it. And so for me, reading was what made the magic for me. I also met some few powerful people in the system. Okay. There was this regional manager for IPMC. It's a computer organization. Okay. IT organization. And he was involved. Okay. So I looked at such a big man involved. Then I also saw a professor at KNUST who had resigned. Oh, really? Yes, a senior professor to do forever business on a full-time basis in Kumasi. Interesting. And I met one Mr. Julius Ayimasu, who was also an accountant, who was now also doing it on a full-time. Wow. So it's kind of encouraged me and also made me more curious to know what is it in this system So I read and read and read about the whole profession, the business of the 21st century. It's a book on the profession, The Business School,
Okay.
all by Robert T. Kiyosaki.
Okay.
It's a whole book on the network marketing profession.
Okay.
I read extensively about it. I got convinced.
I see.
Before the permanent posting came,
Wow.
I said that no,
Wow.
if this thing is worth doing, then it's worth doing full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So now let's talk about the switch. But
Yes.
before that, you've said a lot of things, and there are lessons back to back. But one crucial one I want to highlight is the power of learning.
Yeah.
See, it's something that I've come to understand that there's this guy, Ali Abdal. He's a YouTuber.
Okay.
He talks about how he became a millionaire at 26.
Wow.
And he got there because of how he learned a lot of lessons from books.
Yeah.
And these days, when you talk about these things, people say, "Oh, motivational speakers."
Yeah.
Motivational, and they just rubbish what you are talking about.
Yeah.
But this is the way that he said. As a YouTuber, he has interviewed so many millionaires.
Yeah.
There is not one who got there by accident.
Let me tell you something about that.
God.
You see, we are being conditioned, whether we like it or not, by the environment. And the environment, which represents the crowd, is average. So we need a different mindset if we want to be different from the crowd. And the people who have made it, they have put their life lessons in books.
Yeah.
Success lessons in books.
Yeah.
They tell you about their failures, so you don't feel that this is strange. What you are going through, they've gone through it. And so anybody who is allergic to reading will find it difficult to succeed. Because if you are not learning from books, then you are learning from the crowd. And the result of the crowd is average.
It's average. Yeah.
It's average.
Yeah.
See, from childhood, we've been conditioned that the only way out is to go to school, look for a good degree, and work hard for the government. And so you, as along the line, you'll be meeting people, encouraging you, keep going. That is what you hear all the time.
Exactly.
So the crowd, but their results are average.
Yeah. Yeah.
For us to be different, we need mindset reprogramming. So when you start reading books, you've started the process. All right. So people who are stuck in the rat race, they advise that go to school, look for a good job, keep going to school, and then the cycle continues like that. They are those who always rubbish this idea of reading.
Yeah. And sorry.
Yes.
Continue, finish.
Yes. Leaders are readers. If you want to lead in your industry, you need to be a reader, a great reader. If you want to be rich, there are rich people's books. Do you know that Warren Buffett, the richest investor in the history of the world, all his wealth is from investment. Do you know he reads 8 hours every day?
Every day?
Every day, 8 hours.
I didn't know that. Wow.
It's a clue.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a clue.
You know, one thing that really inspired me to get into reading, as a student in KNUST, I didn't really want to read anything apart from my textbooks.
Yeah.
But I once saw a quote that said that those who don't read have no advantage over those who can't read.
That's deep.
I was like, no. I cannot be equal to somebody who doesn't have the ability to read. So I was like, no, I have to start. So now let's get into the switch. How you switched permanently. Yeah. You said you realized that, okay, this is a business of the 21st century. Yes. And if it is great as it is or as it promises, then it's worth doing full time.
Exactly.
Wow. Were you already making enough money to live on, or it was just a boldness to take that decision?
Les Brown said that you don't need to be great to get started, but you do need to get started to become great.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are lessons that I learned, that it doesn't matter what the situation is right now. I didn't have anything, but I had a business. All right. So I kept pushing. Okay. And that was how I kept it. It wasn't easy. Let me go into it. Yeah. I know that's what you want to hear.
Yeah. As you're about to answer that too, I want to know, you spent how many years in school studying nursing? Is it 3 or 4 years?
3 years, and then 1 year national service.
Now 1 year national service. Yeah. You're about to throw all of that away.
Yes.
For something that you just started.
Yes.
Tell me about it now. Tell me.
Yes. So friends and family normally will not understand.
Of course.
It's going to be difficult to explain that you have found something and you want to go full time. I had brothers who disowned me.
Seriously?
Yes, despite the fact that they were in support, I was struggling to pay these school fees with my old lady at the village. I used to climb trees, shake these shea nuts, then we harvest it, then dry and sell.
Wow.
Farm and sell and go to school. But the moment they hear that that is what you are leaving a profession, people are dying to become nurses, and you want to leave it to go into what? Selling what? What is the worth of this? You know, we have this yellow aloe vera bottle. It's not here.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were like, what is the worth of this small bottle? What can you earn from this?
Wow.
So they can't see the bigger picture.
Wow.
And friends were laughing, you've gone mad.
Wow.
How can you leave, they call it a noble profession like nursing, and then say you are selling this? For what? Okay. So there was the mockery, the laughter, and then the anger.
Crazy.
From family. And but my old lady, I don't know, for one reason, said that I should follow my heart.
I see.
I don't understand why she understood.
I see.
She said I should follow my heart.
But I mean, they were saying all these things, and it's not like at the time you were producing so much results.
Yeah.
Well, were you having enough to live on at that time?
You know, I was living on the message. The promise of a better tomorrow. That was the source of my strength. Okay.
Goodness.
Yes. That was just all I needed. But I said that I'm starting life afresh. It's do or die.
I see.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, a time comes in your life. It doesn't matter the stage you've gotten to, whether you are making something to live on or whatever. A time comes where you bend the bridges.
Okay.
It is the make or break of entrepreneurship.
Okay.
You leave everything behind. Even at a point you need to leave family, children behind. Lock yourself up. Travel, off phone, and focus 100%.
Interesting.
It happens. And that's the decision I took.
I see.
I said that it has the biggest potential for me. And I want to give it 100% focus. I don't want diluted attention and focus.
I remember our earlier conversation, you mentioned that one of your colleagues even said you will regret and come back to nursing.
Yes, he said it.
How come none of those words got to you to like quit or something?
Yes. Yeah, it hurts. It was depressing. But you have to keep going in the midst of all these toxic words.
Wow.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. They were really toxic.
But I want to also understand how you were going day to day, because you need money to live on.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So in that period, how are you going day to day, month to month?
Yes.
How was it? How was that process?
Okay. So during the nursing time, the schooling period, we were on an allowance of 299 cedis.
Okay.
And later 499. Okay. Just before we completed.
Okay.
And then during the national service, I think it was around 500 or so.
Okay.
Okay. So the question I always ask myself is that, what if I'm not earning these allowances? How do I survive? So let me start looking for a way to survive without the allowances.
Interesting.
All right. So we had a product. There were so many, over 300 different products.
Really?
Yes, as an organization, and you build your business around these natural products from US.
I see.
Yes. So I decided that then I can knock on office doors, from office to sell. And people wanted natural products. I realized that people wanted you to explain, and they like the idea of something natural, and that gives a permanent result.
Okay.
So when I started doing that, I was able to sell, making some profit. Okay. It was cumbersome. I see. I had to walk around office to office, house to house, doing that. Okay. But I also understood that that was how entrepreneurship starts. Okay. I mean, whatever means legally and morally right that you can use to start. All right. And so that was what was available to me at the time. Okay. And by then I wasn't privy to Facebook, online marketing, and all those stuffs. Besides, even if I knew, I wouldn't have money to sponsor ads on the products. But I had good health. God had given me good health. So I could hawk around, knock on office doors to get some customers. And the nature of the business was that it's a relationship thing. You don't just sell and then you leave. You build that relationship, follow up. How are you doing with the product? So the person falls in love and then he calls you every month to bring him a supply. So they are natural medicines, if you want.
I see.
Yeah. And so that was how I was able to live without, when the allowance was cut, I was now able to live on moving around to sell these products for profits. Of course, there's a bigger picture to the entire business. Selling the natural product is just one aspect of it. Yes, but it gave me some money to keep going on.
Wow. I see. So from there, at what point or how long did it take for you to say that, okay, you were now doing quite well? Or maybe even got to the level where if you were a nurse, you were earning like at par with them, and then you started increasing from there. Walk me through that journey.
All right. So let me tell you this story. When we started, I started the business. I met some other people who were doing the same business in the north.
I see.
And of course, I traveled to Kumasi and met a whole lot of other people. In fact, people were already doing so well in Kumasi. Yeah, people have been in it 4 or 5 years. They were driving, traveling abroad, and a whole lot of testimonies.
Interesting.
Now, back in Tamale, we met. We started holding meetings together, business presentations, getting other people to understand the network marketing profession, educating the public, and then sales of the products to ongoing. Now, the people that I came to meet, some from teachers, some IPMC boss and his group of people, the people from all walks of life were involved, auditors and what have you.
Retired professor.
Yes, exactly. In the north, I can say that when we were doing this business, people were getting results, but I wasn't.
Wow.
Yes. In order to motivate individual entrepreneurs who are working in partnership with the organization, there are rankings to encourage you push. So you get a number of people and their productivity, so they promote you. So you have some targets kind of to help encourage you grow. And we have what we call, from the assistant supervisor, you get to supervisor. All right. And we had people use 3 months to get there. We have people use 6 months, some 1 year to get there. We have people who move to assistant manager within 1 year and some 3 months. And at the point we had people move to manager within 2 years. But I was stuck at lowly assistant supervisor for 3 good years.
For 3 years?
3 years at the bottom. There were people that I showed the opportunity to, who came in, and 3 months they were supervisors.
Wow.
And I was still assistant supervisor. It was traumatizing.
Wow.
Yes.
But why? Why was that the case?
It's about productivity. Yes. And I don't know, for one reason or the other, my business wasn't growing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes. It happens.
Did you feel that the curses and the anger and everything from the naysayers followed you?
Well, at the point I felt that maybe the naysayers are right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there was another voice telling me that if all these guys can make it, then I can also make it. Yes. Because I just felt that I had the information. The results will follow.
I see.
So if they can make it with their little information, then my success will also come.
Wow.
Yes.
Tell me one day during those period, those like tough times.
Yes.
One or maybe one incident that happened that really, like, you can't forget, like one landmark incident that always lives in your mind.
Yeah, well, you find in our business we encourage a lot of people, but you know, along the line, when somebody comes and hears that you've been in the business for 3 years and you are at that low level, and you have people moving up 6 months, 3 months, moving up to the top, and you are there, you sometimes feel intimidated by their sources. They try to intimidate you. by their sources. Okay, so it's only natural to feel that way.
Okay.
Yeah, but I felt also that no, they are an example of what is possible.
Okay.
They are not an exception, but example of what is possible for me as well.
Okay.
All right, and no matter what they're doing, rather I'm going to also succeed just like they are doing.
Okay.
So in the third year, somewhere October, I also, yes, I moved to the supervisor.
Okay.
And when I moved to supervisor, within a year, so that was 2016 September, I moved through assistant manager to manager.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wonderful.
And when I became a manager, I became the highest earner in the entire 5 northern regions
Wow.
of Ghana. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful.
Yes.
But wait.
So finally, I've cracked the code.
I see. Yeah, but did you sit back to understand why it was not working at first?
Yeah.
That you fixed a few things that propelled the results?
Yes. So the group that I was building, one of the things that I was doing was to build their mindset.
Okay.
Yes, work on their mind. I wanted them to also be readers.
Okay.
I also wanted them to understand the value, get to the heart of the industry.
Okay.
It's bigger than they are seeing it at the surface.
Okay.
It takes reading and understanding to appreciate what was in their hands.
I see.
I realized that without that, people come in and they leave.
Okay.
Some people will see it as a get-rich-quick scheme.
Okay.
So they come in and then they don't get the riches quick and they leave.
Okay.
But if they understood through reading that it is a big business, but it takes some time to build. There are people who have gotten to the top quick, but that is not the norm. It takes time to build people, to build customer base, and to achieve the results that will really make meaning to their lives.
Okay.
So I was involved in mindset reprogramming.
Okay.
So they weren't really involved in selling the products and also building team.
Okay.
I said that if I work on their mind, it will be easier for them to do those things. So there were people who were there reading books for a year without really going out aggressively to apply. They were applying gradually, but they were working more on their minds.
Interesting.
All right. So it took me time as a leader of the group to grow up because my growth depended on the productivity of the group that I'm building. All right. So that's basically what I realized.
That's powerful.
Yes.
That's powerful. Because once you work on their minds,
yes.
It also reminds me of a quote. I've forgotten who said that.
Yeah.
But it says that if you give me like 5 hours to cut down a tree, I'll spend like 4 hours sharpening the axe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you did.
Exactly. Exactly.
You spent time sharpening their minds so much that when it was time to cut,
exactly. That's what happened.
Wonderful.
Yes. Wonderful. So I grew the team to have the biggest team in the 5 northern regions of Ghana, became the highest earner. And in fact, in the history of the North, I'm the only ever FBO. We call ourselves Forever Business Owners, FBOs.
Okay.
In the history of the North, in this organization, I'm the first and only ever person up to date to ever appear in the top 10 in the entire Ghana.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So they are monitoring our productivity and to encourage us, they grade us and reward us. Okay. So that's that. And in the 5 northern regions, I came number 9.
Wow.
Yes. So I came number 9, and that is about the only person ever to ever be in the top 10. Up to date. All right. Yes. Up to date, nobody has ever been in the top 10. Okay. And the first other person to ever qualify for a trip abroad. There are incentives as business partners to the American organization. There are incentives. Okay. Yes. And one of the incentives is that you get a chance to travel and see the world. Okay, so you are sent to a 5-star hotel, you are pampered, and there are business trainings. They bring in billionaires.
Okay, billionaires.
Yes, Les Brown, Robert Kiyosaki.
Oh, really? So you saw some of these people?
Oh, is that life?
Really?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yes. And
Wait, you saw Robert Kiyosaki?
of course.
And Les Brown?
Les Brown.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
Inspire.
Amazing.
To go for the very best in life, because the
see.
bottom is overcrowded.
Interesting.
The top, you breathe better.
Wow. Okay. So by that time, I would say you were established.
Yes.
And I think that was around 2018 when you got the opportunity.
2016.
Oh, okay.
Life changed.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
Before then, sales were coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, around 2015 when I moved to the supervisor, I could sell and make profits, hold profits in my hand up to 2,000 plus.
Okay.
And then, so that's the sales. And then for building the team, you are paid a monthly income.
Okay.
For building the team.
Okay.
All right, because you have a percentage of every sale the team makes,
okay.
whether you brought the people directly or they brought the people.
Okay.
Okay, yes. And so from that, I was making around 1,000, almost the same as the profit from sales.
Okay.
All right. But once I hit manager, the income rose to 6,000 plus. The bonuses, the income from the sales team, all right, the sales group,
okay,
rose to 6,000 into my bank. So it hits the bank account. You saw, I showed you some of the monthly earnings.
Yeah.
And then for the profit, it was around 5,000. Okay, so when you add the two, we are talking about 11,000 plus by 2016.
Wow.
10,000, 11,000 plus.
That was
in total earnings as an entrepreneur.
That was multiple times what you would have been earning as an S.
Oh yeah, by 2016, I think they were earning around 2,200 salary.
Wow. How did that feel like?
Yeah, so for me, I had the goal.
Okay.
I'm born to fly. That's how I felt.
Okay.
So yes, I saw the gap, but I lived humble. I still lived in substandard. I played low, this in house. I didn't want to start wasting the money on so luxury and that kind of thing. So I was still working, still knocking on office doors.
Okay.
I stayed humble, despite the fact that I could afford whatever it is, but apartment and all that.
What gave you that?
Yeah, so mindset? You see, part of the training in our organization and through reading is the fact that you should be able to know assets and liabilities. And if you want to be rich, you focus on assets. And to focus on assets, you reduce your expenditure and the liabilities and all that, and be humble in the process. And try to impress people, buy the latest designer and all that. But where are your assets? These are the things that would feed you when you are old or you are unable to work or when you want to rest. These are the things that would feed you. But the liabilities will eat you up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I had to stay humble and then keep pushing and saving. So I started some savings and investment with some organizations, Gold Coast and others. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Before we even go to, I'll come to your life right now, because if that was you in 2016, I can just imagine what is happening.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but within those 3 years that things were not really moving, right?
Yeah.
We live in a time where there is, let me say, information overload.
Yes. Yeah.
Every time you go online, you can scroll like, let me say, 20 posts, and you see one business opportunity or one person talking about an offer, digital marketing, forex trading, content creation, something that will make you rich quickly. How come nothing shifted your mindset? How did you retain that focus that it's not working, but this is where I live, this is where I die?
There's a book by title The Power of Focus.
Okay.
Jack Canfield.
All right.
Yes. Now let me tell you something.
Okay.
Along the line, before even the 2015, when I moved to supervisor, there was this man who apparently he saw me speak to a group about my product.
Okay.
He saw that I was good in public speaking.
Okay.
So he took my number and he called me later. And he said that he had an offer for me and that we should meet. So he took me to one of the best hotels in Tamale. It's called Modern City Hotel.
Okay.
And he told me about insurance, how I can sell insurance and make a lot of money. And that he feels that will help me than this kinds of things.
Okay.
You know, he labeled what I was doing as some kinds of things. And he spoke. Then I said that, okay, that's good, but I'm not interested. Then he said, okay, they will increase this. I said, it's not the salary. I don't want a salary. I want to be an entrepreneur.
Powerful.
All right. Yes. And he left it there. He realized that he wasn't winning. So he told his boss, and then the boss called me. They picked me with a car and took me to Modern City. He said, what will I eat? I said, oh, just some water. I've just eaten. And the boss told me they'll get me a bungalow. A car will always pick me to work. They want to make me a supervisor. Like I'll be training other insurance agents and that kind of thing. All right. They were so convinced that the way I'm going about talking to groups, I could do so well selling their policies and what have you. And he told me that they were going to start me a salary of 1,500. And by then I wasn't making that. Okay, yes. And I'll be in a bungalow and a car will take me to work.
That must be tempting.
Exactly. But I resisted the temptation.
How?
Because you see, I believed in one principle. Every day we all have two choices.
Okay.
We could choose a life of ease and ease momentary reward, or a life of discipline and is long-lasting benefit.
So you had to turn that down.
Exactly. Because you see, this was a normal job.
Okay.
And this, you can even be fired.
Okay.
You see that?
Okay.
Yeah. But with the network marketing profession, with the American organization, it's your own business.
Okay.
It's partners. It's like you are a partner to Dangote Cement. As far as the cement keep coming, you can build a sales team selling the cement. And the nature of the business is that anybody who sells the cement that you introduce to Dangote Cement is also an independent contractor selling his cement, an independent business person. But you have some income from there.
Okay.
And so that model was something that was there in the 1950s up to date. And it was a long-lasting thing, a permanent business model.
All right.
And so I realized that no, this is a job, this is entrepreneurship. This, how much can they be increasing? The network marketing has a better potential to surpass what they were offering. In fact, when I got to supervisor, I started earning far more than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why didn't you consider taking on that job and then doing this on part-time basis?
All right. So that idea was suggested to me by some friends way back 2013 when I was starting and wanting to go full-time.
Okay.
And it made sense. But I didn't want a diluted attention. I didn't want a diluted focus.
This man is, you are dangerous.
Wow. Oh, yeah. You know, there is a story in Think and Grow Rich where Napoleon Hill narrated that a soldier crossed the river with his army to fight the enemy. And the enemy was in the island. And when they crossed and came, he realized some fear in his troop. And he didn't know what to do. He realized that his troop were more powerful than the enemy. But fear can paralyze you. Fear can tell you that you are not what you are supposed to get. Fear can make you feel inadequate. Fear. So this soldier looked at, how am I going to motivate these people to really fight? So he told them to face the enemies like this. Then he went back and bent all the ship that brought them to the island. So while the ship, all of it was on flames, he told them to turn and see that we can't go back. And you know, we can't live with the enemy. So either we win
or we die.
Or we die.
I see.
And then there was a fire in their eyes. Now he could see the motivation to win. So that time you need to bend your ship.
All in.
You need
full
to
focus.
100% focus.
It must be done. Exactly.
It's like the plane trying to take off. Do you know that 80% of the fuel is burnt just in the takeoff? It has to go full force. If not, you can't overcome gravity. Gravity will bring you down.
Interesting.
Yes.
So that is how you were focused.
Exactly.
Resisted all those temptations.
Exactly. There were people bad along the line. I met a medical doctor who told me that they did a similar kind of business in the 1990s. I'm a young guy. I shouldn't waste my life. These words pricked my heart, but I never gave up. I met a pastor who told me that he has prayed and all that, and all these forms of things, it will not help my life. Like a curse.
My God.
Yeah, but I resisted all those things and kept pushing on with faith, determination, and belief. And eventually,
Okay.
the success started flowing.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. There are also some businesses that parade themselves around like network marketing businesses.
Yeah.
But they turn out to be like Ponzi schemes and all that.
Yes.
What did you notice about this business that convinced you that it's something that is sustainable, it will last forever, and you can put your life on it?
I like this conversation. Over the years, what I've learned about a true network marketing business is that, first of all, you need to look at their longevity in the system.
Okay.
Yes. How long have they been in the system? That is a key factor.
Okay.
The new companies do not have the structures, and they may not be meeting policies with government regulations and all that. And so they may not survive it.
Okay.
Number two, do they have products, and do they encourage the sale of products and building customer base?
Okay.
Or they are just telling you that, oh, bring other people, bring 2 people. That's a red flag.
Okay.
Anytime they are encouraging you, oh, you don't need to sell, or we will even sell for you, or just bring 2 people, who even get some people and put under you, it's a red flag.
Okay.
You are coming into a genuine network marketing business. It's an entrepreneurship journey.
Okay.
You need to learn how to sell tangible products.
Okay.
Entrepreneurs sell. You and I know this.
Yes.
You need to be able to sell, learn how to communicate, how to make customers, and how to keep customers. And they are telling you that you don't need all that. It's a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
And so they should encourage the sale of products. So they should have products, a lot of them.
Okay.
Because some people may come in and they want the health, some want the skincare, weight management, all that. And so they should have a variety. Okay. So that your market will be wide also.
Okay.
And they should encourage, there should be trainings on it.
Okay.
Yeah, and aggressively encouraging the sale. Let me tell you something. What sustains the business is that somebody somewhere in Kumasi sells a product to an ulcer patient and makes his profit. And the profit, he sold the product 1,000. His profit is 350. I have 10% on the 1,000, which is 100. That comes to me. I don't know the person. So if they are not encouraging sale of products, it means that the very soul of the business is being cut off. So it will not last. They give it 2-3 years. Okay. It will vanish.
Okay.
You will not see where it has gone to.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So a true network marketing business, there should be products and there should be aggressive promotion and sales of these products. Okay. In fact, the company takes responsibility to have offices, as you can see here, big auditorium, and there's ongoing trainings on how to sell and how to keep customers. Okay. All right. So you become an entrepreneur.
All right.
Ponzi schemes, they just tell you to bring 2 people and they don't have any ongoing trainings, and they then encourage sale of products. Okay. And many of them, they are less than 3-4 years. Some of them, the truth of the matter is that they could not even survive their home countries, and then they rush to Africa. So you see that they are in 2-3 countries where systems are weak. All right. But so another factor is to look at the where have you been. Okay. Yes. Okay. So our organization is in 161 different countries. Okay. And you see offices with trainings and entrepreneurs. People are being groomed on how to sell and how to build a sales team and how to motivate the sales team to go for their dreams. You want to build a house, you can use this system to achieve it. So it's about dreams. Okay, so there are some indicators that you can use to determine if this is not. Also, all these things, you get it from books, And then also, of course, the trainings in the network marketing company.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think I get the idea.
Yeah.
So you said now let's talk about the organization.
Okay.
Right? So you have like 300 products.
Yes, as an organization, we have over 300 different products.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so for somebody who wants to come and join this organization right now, where do they even start from? Like 300 products. Are they supposed to sell all those products?
Okay.
How do they select? How does that work?
Okay, so we look at the interest of the person.
Okay.
Yeah, and if we can't find any strong interest yet, we select common products. Everybody wants to detoxify himself, cleanse toxins. We inhale a lot of toxins. We eat a lot of toxins, fertilizers and all that. Okay. And so people want to detoxify with something natural. Okay. So we select those ones. Okay. We are all faced with kidney, liver issues, toxins and all that. So something specific to liver, this natural, people will need that. Heart health, okay. We have something for that. So common products that the person can start with. As the person keeps reading about the products and going out and meeting people, the person will find what interests him or her and will want to shift attention towards some group of products. Yes. Okay. So that's how it starts. Okay. Yes.
And also, this business has been going on for ages.
Yes.
A lot of people have the concept or the understanding that by now it's choked.
Okay.
Okay. So the system is choked.
Yes.
Is it choked? Can somebody now start from scratch?
Yeah.
With zero downline, zero products, and still get to a level like yours, an FBO or something?
What I had this objection when I started.
Okay.
Yes, I met people who told me that Edward is choked.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it is an age-long excuse.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't really hold.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. Every day, somebody somewhere takes up adulthood responsibilities. Somebody somewhere turns 18. That's what I mean. Okay, so they turn 18, they take up responsibilities, and so they want something that can be life-changing, something that has the potential to generate a lot of income. So the network marketing is an option. All right. Okay. So 5 years ago, some people wouldn't have been qualified to do it. Okay. But today they are. Okay. So that's one. It can't be choked. Okay. Number two, there are some people who are working. All right. They are not doing network marketing. They are not doing even any other kind of business. They are just working in jobs. And you and I know that salaries are not enough. Can you imagine that a nurse works for 10 years and he's making 3,200 as net salary, and now has 3 children and family members always breathing down his neck to support them. And so the person is looking at an alternative, not just that, but an additional income. And this profession allows them to go in on a part-time for the start. Okay. Okay, and generate income. Okay. Any other entrepreneurship venture will take a lot of money and some huge risk. Okay. That you can find that does not exist in network marketing. Okay. Because if you want to set up a container or you want to employ somebody, it takes a lot of money. A lot of business ventures, it takes some money. And this is somebody who is already bedding. Now that's the reason he wants to try entrepreneurship. With as little as, for now, with as little as 800 Ghana cedis, you can start your network marketing profession with forever. So the second thing is that people are working and they will need something extra. So they are in the market to do network. The third thing is that in this part of our world, let's narrow it down to Ghana. Every year, according to statistics, over 150,000 people graduate from tertiary schools, polytechnics, technical universities, I mean, nursing training colleges, teacher training colleges. Look at KNUST. Look at Legon. And these people are coming, they've been groomed and programmed to look up to a job. And the sad thing is that less than 5% of them are employed within the first 2 years after graduating. And like that. So in 10 years, that only 45% of these people are employed. Some are underemployed.
Yeah.
They are taking meager salaries that cannot even take them out of the bank. It gets finished the very day they get the salary. It means that for some of these people, they are open to starting network marketing.
Interesting.
So it can never be, choked.
Unless,
in fact, somebody somewhere is born today. Yeah, exactly.
Unless people start giving
stop giving birth, and people stop looking for extra income, and that kind of thing. And jobs are everywhere. Everybody gets job to do. Okay, yes, and so that is the only time it can be saturated.
If doctors can have new patients to take care of, teachers can have new people to teach, and there's surely somebody out there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So the products you told me about the popular ones.
Yes.
I mean, detoxifying and all that.
Yes.
What are some of the specific areas that you also have products in? I heard you mention ulcer too at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, can you just give me a brief overview of some of the ranges that you cover?
Yes, so we have products for various health conditions. We don't use the word cure, as it's not permitted in the medical field. Yeah, but the products give a permanent healing. Yes, there are people, I've been in it for a long time. So many surprises, even to the extent that doctors are surprised.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even right now, I was expecting this lady, Dr. Abigail, just right now, hepatitis B. And, you know, the doctors will tell you that the viruses, when they are replicating, they produce a DNA copy that is different from the original. So when you bring a drug, even if it tries to kill the original, but the new ones are different, so it doesn't work. And so new DNAs are moving fast and spreading and it's growing. And they can only suppress it by killing the old ones with the drugs, antiviral drugs, but it will still be increasing. But they'll tell you it is increasing at a decreasing rate. Without the drug, it would have just been growing at an exponential growth and that kind of thing. So
I see.
Yeah, they basically will tell you that there is no cure. We are going to manage you till you die. They may not add till you die, but eventually that's what happens to you because you lose your liver. And now we have a product that is decreasing the viral load. It's a shock to the doctors.
I see.
Because they don't have something like that.
I see. Tell me one of the biggest testimonies that really surprised you.
So there was this woman who used to work with the assembly at Wale Wale. And she had this hepatitis that aggravated to liver cancer. She went to London also, and they didn't have any solution, so she came back to Accra here in a private hospital. She was going through chemotherapy every 3-4 days, every week, and she gave up. So I think somebody apparently knew about her condition. So when I was going to expanding my operations to Wale Wale and I spoke about it, the person said that they know somebody and it's a learned woman, she's difficult, so I have to speak directly to her.
I see.
And so I came in, I spoke, and said that, oh, my brother, this thing said some time ago, I took some bottle. I said, it's not a bottle that heals you, it's a combination. We have a package with different products in it for your kind of condition. And as of then, I think she bought it about 6,000, a package. And then she started. When she started, the next chemotherapy was scheduled in about 4 days' time. The woman who was bedridden and had to be supported to even rise and sit, now could rise and sit on her own and could even move.
Wow.
Just 3 days after using the product.
Wow.
So she said, she asked me whether she should go for chemotherapy. I said, go for chemotherapy for what? You've lost all your hair. Do you like to lose your skin? And she was scared. So she said, okay, then we said that she can go home and be taking the product. She took the product. Today, as I talk to you, she's alive.
Wow.
Yes.
This is how many years ago?
That was in 2017.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's the biggest testimony I can tell you because of the speed of recovery. A lot of others, but this, the speed of recovery.
Interesting.
Yes.
But how did you know the combination? Okay, well, you've done a lot of reading.
Yeah,
So.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And when you come in, we just tell you this is for this problem, this for that problem. So there's a manual.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, interesting.
Yes.
For somebody who wants to come in and start now.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And they also want to go all in, achieve results.
Yes.
And they don't want to stall for 3 years at a certain stage.
Yeah, yes.
What's your best advice to them to come into this business and make it?
Yes. So my best advice to them is to be, first of all, to be students of the business.
Okay.
To keep working on their mind.
Okay.
Working in my in 2 ways. Reading about success and following trainings from the organization. Okay. The more you know, the more you earn. That is the secret about this business.
Okay.
Be a student, be involved, follow the online trainings, follow the in-office trainings.
Okay.
And also make time to read success books.
Okay.
To work on your mind.
Okay.
Okay, that is the first thing.
All right.
Number 2, take massive action.
Okay.
Don't invite 3, 4, 5 friends to a business seminar. Invite 100, 500. We all have over 100 people in our contact list. Don't assume that, oh, this Laji is too rich, he will not need the business. Let me tell you, there are people making $1 million a month from this organization.
I see.
So that Alaji that you know would need it. Nobody rejects extra income after all. Okay, so the Alaji can add it as a part-time business. So invite all the people in your list, your contact. Invite all of them. Some of them, they need to come and listen to an opportunity that can add extra monthly income to whatever they are already doing. It's a message for people.
I see. I see. Interesting.
Some of them, they may come because of the health. So tell them you've just found out something that is giving permanent healing. Okay. When they come, we do both. We start with the product, then we tell them the opportunity and how to build the business around the products. Okay. Yes. So when they come,
action, be a student.
Yes. Yes. So invite massively, 100. Every Mondays we have programs in Accra, in Tamale, and then in Kumasi. Then Wednesdays we have Accra and Tamale. Then Saturdays we have in Accra. Sometimes I'm in Accra, sometimes I'm in Tamale, sometimes I'm in Kumasi. For me, I move around now. All right. Yes. So whenever there are programs, fill the hall with your people. When you bring 100, 10 will join the organization. Okay. So it's about massive action. So when you have people joining the organization, we train and coach them. Then they also pick it up from there. And then you see your organization spreading, your indirect spreading. And that is how you get your leverage and your income. All right. Yes, you can have 10% on over 100 people. Mark Twain said that I would rather earn 1% on the effort of 100 people than to earn 100% on my effort alone. He's talking about leverage.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So the network marketing, when you do it massively like that, you have these numbers coming, then your business can spread from there. I have trained people to use 3 months to move to manager.
Oh, really?
Just 3 months. Because you see, after so many years in the business, I've got the secret. So anybody who follows my counsel makes a big time.
I see.
Some even 7 months.
Okay.
There was one in a village near Bumpurugu, 7 months. Somebody from a village.
Wow.
7 months. A school teacher.
I see.
Made it.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Now that you've gotten all these experiences, you understand how to sell to people. I mean, I don't think there's anybody you can walk in a room to talk to and then that person will intimidate you at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
The personal development.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you, I mean, just give me maybe 2 or 3 sales strategies that you found that like people can even apply to their businesses. Maybe somebody who's selling shoe or something. How do you sell to people? What have you found? Give me like some of the top.
Now, one of the secrets to genuinely be interested in the needs of the people.
Okay.
Be interested in what they want.
Okay.
Don't fix your mind on the gain that you will make.
Okay.
All right. When it's a spiritual thing,
okay,
people are able to read. People have a sieve sense that's able to detect that you are just interested in pushing this thing to me.
Okay.
And not really my welfare.
Okay.
So develop the heart to love people. You want them to be well, and that is the start. So that's the first thing. Number 2, focus on the results, not on the product. Focus on the results. Speak about the benefit the person will get, not, oh, it contains this, it's made of this leather, it's made of, no, people don't want that. People want to hear that when I wear this shoe, you can move freely. The benefit of wearing the shoe, and not focusing on the shoe, the make and all that.
Value.
Yeah.
Talk about the value.
Exactly. You got it right.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about the value, the benefit they get when they are using it. So you see, you take them into the future. So they see themselves, so they are able to visualize. So they see themselves already wearing, oh, that's it. You'll be fine. The itching will go, this will go, the pain here will go. That's what they want to hear.
Charlie,
all right.
This is powerful.
Yeah.
one of the biggest salespeople I know, Vusi, from South Africa.
Yes.
Yeah. He talked about this concept.
Yes.
So is that all, or can you give me some more?
Yes. So and then also follow up.
Okay.
To know genuinely, you want to know how they are doing with the product. Did you take it this way? Did you swallow it this way? Okay, start swallowing it this way. That care. Okay, because you see, no doctor or nurse out there will call a patient and ask that the BP medication, have you started? How are you feeling now? They don't have that time.
Yeah.
It's not part of their work description. And so it makes you unique. And they begin to wonder, you genuinely care. And so they even want to associate with you. They want to buy.
Okay.
You see that? Yes.
That also reminds me of a quote that says, people don't care how much you know.
That's right.
Until they know how much you care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
when you show that,
true.
Charlie, oh, nice. Lovely. Okay, so now we've talked about the business.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about you right now.
Yes.
You've gone to FBO level.
Yeah, a manager, a senior manager now.
I see.
Yes.
How is your life right now? How does the normal day, 24 hours for you, a weekday look like? Okay.
Yeah, so I got to manager in 2016.
Okay.
I was averaging a total income of 10,000, 11,000 plus.
2016.
Yes. I could make 6,000 Ghana cedis as a monthly pay for building the sales team. And then I could make profits from my personal sales of up to 5,000.
Okay.
Yes, net profit.
Okay.
All right. Then somewhere 2018, the income was rising. 2018 was one of the best years, and I emerged top 10 the entire country. It had never happened. And I also got to travel abroad, USA, for the first time. It had never happened for somebody in the northern part of Ghana, the 5 northern regions.
How did that feel like?
Great. I motivated. It was a huge motivation to a lot of people.
Okay.
People took inspiration from me because some people saw the struggle. Some people saw the struggle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I saved a lot of money. In late 2019, there was COVID. I returned from Sweden. Then some few months, there was COVID. When COVID came, people were shivering and wondering how they are going to sell and that kind of thing. Then we started selling online, increase online sales, marketing online, even marketing the business online, not just the product, but the business to get more sales reps.
Okay.
All right. And to our surprise, the period of COVID was the biggest. I showed you the bank statement.
Yeah.
You realize 2019 upwards to 2021 were the moment I made some of the biggest bonuses, monthly incomes. And sales of the products too went up. So apart from people joining the business a lot and selling a lot, existing individuals were doing a lot.
Okay.
So income from both sides, the monthly bonus and the profits all went up. So I went into real estate. I said it was time because I had 130,000 Ghana cedis in savings, and I had 72,000 somewhere. I don't want to mention that.
Okay.
Yes, I changed it into dollars.
Okay.
So I can save my personal place. And then I also had bought some food products, goods in the village, so that when prices go up, I sell.
Okay.
So I sold all that, and then I had about 250,000.
This was
2019.
2019.
So I started my first real estate project, a hostel facility.
I see.
So within 1 month, 16 rooms, they got to lintel level.
1 month?
Yes. 1 month.
Hey, fire for fire.
Yeah. The fans were there.
I see.
Yeah. So I got there, and then within some 6 months, they were done with the main structure, with roofing, wood roofing, and all that.
Wow.
And you've seen the structure, 16 rooms, glass windows. Fully finished. And the students just come in just like that. Wow. Everything is in. Toilet and bath, everything.
Wow.
So I used 2 years to completely finish everything. And it took me 682,000 Ghana cedis plus.
I like how you're specific with your digits.
That's 6.8 billion. So by 2021 October, 10th October, I had my first tenant, third year student at UDS, Nyampala campus, a lady. She came in, she loved it. The very day she came and saw it, she stood there, called the daddy and pushed, and they sent the money, and then she started packing it.
I see.
Yeah, so people surely liked the nature of the place. I have water and all that. Yeah.
For somebody who is a student of Robert Kiyosaki, I'm not expecting anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So that was how that started. And then I went into transport also in 2019. So 2019, I decided to go into a lot. Yeah, diversify some of the funds. Yes, and that was how the mini transport also started. Also to help some of the young guys, because I used to live in a slum. There's an area in Tamale called Dabokpa, and it's a portion of it, the car wash, after that some old structures. That was what I could afford before 2012, 2013, 2014. I had no money. So I used to live with some of the students of a technical school, senior technical school level. So you can imagine the struggle and drinking well water, that kind of thing with them, eating gari with them. Some of them even thought I was their level. I mean, the school, they thought that maybe something, and I don't like going for classes. Yeah, but that was what I could afford, gari and playing with them, that kind of thing. So when they heard my success later on, I left there, went and rented at a better place, nice apartment. They heard about my success. So once in a while I receive call, they heard that, oh, God has blessed me, I don't more come to check on them and that kind of thing. And something for the boys, that kind of thing.
I see.
Yeah. So I look at it. So one day I went there and I asked them. I said there were about 6 guys and they were still there.
I see.
So I asked them, it's not all right that you call and they're asking 20 cedis, 50 cedis. Can you drive these things that move around, the pragya? They said yes. They all answered in the affirmative. So I said that, okay, I'm going to buy for you tomorrow, get ready. So I went and took 67,000
Wow.
and bought 5 of them.
Wow.
As a thing,
Oh,
5.
Charlie.
And then they all started
Wow.
to write. Yes. So to help them so they don't keep listening.
Wow.
To keep them busy.
Wow. That's so inspiring.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was how the mini transport started. And real estate and a lot of plots around.
Okay.
And then many other trips in New York, Scottsdale,
Okay.
New Jersey,
Okay.
Santan Valley City,
Wow.
Mesa, Chandler. There's a city called Chandler in US. All these are all cities in US. 5-star hotels. Radisson Blue is in Sweden, Stockholm.
Okay.
We have this one, Western
Were
Kellan.
all this sponsored by your company?
Yes. Once you achieve this level, you get to travel free.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. And the videos are all out. You can see them.
Wow.
5-star hotels, places that you go and you never imagine such a room exists on earth. I mean, it's amazing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And free food, everything. I mean, life is good.
I see.
Yeah. So when I came back, I said that, okay, life is good. One of the biggest success was to let the old lady know that I've made it. And I stopped her from going to farm. She used to go to farm, carry wool. She's now 80 something.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And so I said that it's not right. She has to stop and I'll take good care of her.
Wow.
So she stopped and she's fine. All right. And it's one of my biggest successes.
Wow.
Yes, to be able to take care of her. She doesn't need to go to farm. I get people to go and farm for her. She doesn't need to do anything.
Wow.
And then she's comfortable.
Wow.
She attends funerals. Okay, I pay for all that. She moves freely. But I decided that I wanted to build more of food because of the money I've seen it give to me.
Okay.
So I decided that I wanted to build more. So I started acquiring some lands closer to the campuses again.
Okay.
But there was a time I visited my old lady, and then she asked that, why is it that I don't want to buy a car? And then I was like, okay, I've been thinking too much of assets and what have you. All right, that's fine. I told her, okay, I'll buy one.
Okay.
But I've already committed myself into a project, another hostel. Okay, so I promised her that before the close of 2024 or by January 2025, I'm going to launch a big car, a 4-wheel drive, a Mercedes Benz.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are some of the plans.
Wow.
So, and I mean, I can afford it now, but I still feel that some assets, you don't need to kill the growth of an asset just to acquire a luxury. Yeah, so I decided that, okay, let me give it that time so that I can go for it.
Wow.
Today, I mentor a lot of people, especially on the network marketing profession. I have groups into 200s, 300s. My business has gone to Liberia. I have business in USA.
I see.
Yes. I didn't personally build in USA, but you know, it's spread there. And so I have a share coming from there every month into my bank account. I have business in Australia and some other countries. In fact, just this month, I made 1,400 Ghana cedis from USA. I don't know who are those doing the business there, but I just earn it. That's the power of this business. Yeah, it's not huge, but the fact that I don't have to work nothing in that country, I don't know, but I'm earning from there. Yes, and today the Ghana business is still doing well over 10,000 in monthly pay, and then over 8,000 in sales profits. Okay, so together over 18,000 Ghana cedis. So I mean, some in savings towards the car, some in the assets. more assets. And then also I've started looking at buying more of the dollars, you know, because our cedi is so weak. You don't want to be keeping money in cedis. And then also somebody has spoken to me about gold, having gold. Yes, and so that's that. And then also with the impact, okay, we've spoken a lot about how people have healed from this. Now I also talk to churches on entrepreneurship. They invite me.
Okay.
There was a time, one of my proudest moments was when somebody called and said that there was this church, Fountain Gate at Lamashegu in Tamale. Yes, and that they needed somebody to talk on entrepreneurship. There was one particular wealthy member who has been talking all these years, 10 years, every year he's the one, but they needed an outsider. And they wanted somebody who was young and somebody that a lot of people know in town, Tamale town, and who had went through to get there. At least if not most of the church members, but at least one or two may know the person, and he should be young and that kind of thing. And the only person they thought about was me. I was surprised. So they called me in to share my experience, how I was able to build a 6.8 billion old Ghana cedis property, yes, before age 30 and that kind of thing. And I shared my experiences and what they can do as young people. I've spoken to other groups on entrepreneurship. Usually they have to pay.
Okay.
Yes, you know, you can't just give it for free like that. Yeah, so that's, I do that.
Okay.
And then I also now, I want to really take the business to the top. You know, you and I know that 10,000, 8 plus 8,000, 18,000 is not really it. We can get more.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm really now embarking on serious business expansion.
Okay.
That's why I've started coming to Accra here, really building more. Yes, to support new people. The more people I can help get to the top, the more I can grow.
Yeah.
Yes. And started Kumasi seriously.
I see.
It's amazing.
Wow.
And then, of course, I'm still in Tamale doing a lot.
I see.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your net worth right now in Ghana cedis?
18,000 Ghana cedis. Let me make it 20,000.
Not monthly income.
Okay.
Net worth.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So it depends on who is rating it. If you look at FOOP's criteria, they will look at your assets.
Yes. So that's what I mean.
Yes, they will look at the worth of your asset currently.
Yeah.
And but some look at the money from the asset.
Okay, so, I'm looking at everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
FOOPs look at everything. That's why some people feel it's exaggerated, but it is not. So they add the hostel right now. I think last year a valuer valued it at 800,000.
Okay.
It is at 8.2, 820,000 Ghana cedis.
I see.
And so that's what folks would have done. They'll add the 800 to the monthly income, okay, and then they look at what I go around and all that, and then look at it in terms of they classify it per year, that you award this per year. And then if they want to find the monthly, they simply divide by 12. Okay. Yeah, I've not done that calculation, but if you want to go by the FOOP's criteria, obviously, I should be a millionaire in Ghana cedis. Yes, because the hostel alone is 820,000.
Yeah.
And we have the transport is still operating. And then we have this the business itself, Forever Network, fetching 18,000 in total. Okay, so when you add that, it should hit 1 million.
Sure.
Yes, because even
and there are some plots here and there.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Yes. So all that.
Wow. That's very inspiring.
Yes.
For somebody in Ghana, genuinely rising with knowledge and self-development, growing this. getting the hostel bills before 30. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yes, I was asking that how is a normal day for you like right now? What do you do in 24 hours?
Yes, so I make calls a lot.
Okay.
I have banners
Okay.
that advertise my business.
Okay.
I also have online adverts. So
Okay.
I respond to calls.
All right.
And I make calls,
All right.
inviting people to workshops, business seminars, and also explaining the products and their benefits. And then also I do trainings for existing team members. People want to rise, people want to get to my level and above.
Yeah.
I train and coach and support them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you do.
That's my day. On a day I don't do this, I go swim.
Okay.
Yeah, I can swim the whole day.
Oh really?
Yeah, eat and then swim. That's right.
That's the life.
Yes.
You do what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. You choose your working hours. You have location freedom. You choose where you want to live. From here, I choose to go to Kumasi.
Yeah.
From Kumasi, I'll go back to Tamale, and I decide when I want to come back to Accra here.
Exactly.
And that freedom, some people cannot appreciate it until they experience it.
It's true.
Yeah, and it's a whole lot of, it's refreshing.
It's a new world. Like it's a whole world on its own.
Some people get used to taking orders.
Yeah.
And so they can't understand what we are talking about. But that's time freedom.
Yeah.
And location freedom is amazing.
It's incredible.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yes.
I started experiencing that only like less than a year now.
Okay.
And it's amazing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow. Okay. Now let's talk about Africa.
All right.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that it's not safe to save in cedis right now. I was going to ask you that what are some of the plans you have to mitigate or protect yourself against this high inflation?
Yeah.
And you have and I mean assets in Ghana here.
Okay.
If you have any plans to that people can also learn from to protect these assets. I heard you mention gold. Which is one thing that I also know that it's one of the safest places to keep your wealth.
You hedge, hedge against inflation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In gold.
Yeah.
And well, you can also save in dollars.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in our country. This advice is specific to we Africans, especially Ghanaians.
Yes.
The cedi is a terrible currency. Okay, somebody was telling me in the year 2001 thereabout, you enter Melcom with 1,000 Ghana cedis, and before you come out, you have you need to call these Kia trucks, those that bring mangoes and oranges from the villages. You need to call about 3 of them to come and carry your goods away.
My goodness!
But today, same 1,000 Ghana cedis, you enter Melcom and they'll put something small in a polythene for you to move out. So if you had saved 1,000. Trust me, the truth of the matter is that the banks are even spending your money. They are taking charges. There's a friend, the colleague, person in Forever, who put 280 cedis in savings in one bank. And in 2 years, they said he was owing the bank. So you can imagine, it's a gist of how we are losing money. So I'm not condemning anybody's
sure.
But we are young. We need to be smart. Know some of these things.
Yeah, we need to know how to. Yeah,
it's for emergency. You put it there 6 months. We are not praying for emergencies, but things happen.
It's true.
Yeah, an uncle calls you that there's this accident. They need to operate on this nephew. And then you have that ready cash because you can go withdraw the savings immediately. So that is the purpose of that. But to put it there because you think that you want to save your way to the top, you are making a mistake. You are not just even maintaining, you are losing the money.
It's true.
Yeah. So that is one thing we need to know.
Okay.
And since you've spoken about Africa, I want to take the opportunity to say that there are opportunities here. I've made it here.
Yeah.
There are people who have made it here. It's not about the economy. It's your mindset. It's your philosophy, your habits, your work habits, your money habits. All that has to change. If we can take you to US. If you are not a hard-working person, if you don't know how to manage money, if you don't know what assets are, and you don't have that emotional intelligence to resist temptation, to not buy those luxury things to prove to people that you are rich, and you can stay focused. If you don't have this, even US will not help you. It's not about going to US, they pay you in dollar, and then you convert it to your country currency and say that, oh, I'm in this. No, that's not what makes you rich. Wherever you are, judged by the economy there and see.
Interesting.
Yes. So it's not about going abroad. There are some people who are too abroad conscious and they become Ghana useless. So you see, the mind feels that he can only make it abroad.
Yeah. So once he is here, his mindset is that no, my life is not
and
going
that
well.
alone is a shot in his own foot. He has just nailed his own foot to the ground. He can't move.
Yeah.
Because the mind is powerful. When your mind tells you this and only this, nothing else will permit you. You cannot do any other thing else. So unless we change that mentality, we have the biggest problems, Africa. And so we have the biggest chance to make it. It's about solving problems.
It's true.
Healthcare is poor. That is why people need our products. You go to hospital, you be in a queue. Somebody cannot leave work and be in a queue. He needs something natural to take and be well. There are no options. So people, how many products can claim 100% natural and to give results? They are not there. So we in Forever are solving that problem. So there are problems everywhere.
We have the biggest problems.
Yes.
So we have the biggest opportunities.
Exactly.
Oh my God, you are preaching.
Yeah.
It's true. At the end of the day, it's not about having or living in a working system.
Yeah.
It's about having a working system right here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's your mindset first. You need to work on it. I believe in reading books to reprogram the mindset. Because you see, we've been programmed wrongly to believe that it's about having only a job. Any other thing is alien. Oh, it's a pyramid. Oh, it's a scam. He will not take his time to research. He will not take his time to attend the program and to stand up and ask his questions. But because it is different from what he's been told from child, the professors even teach how to write job application. And there are some who are preaching entrepreneurship, but they don't practice it.
Yeah.
I was listening to McDan. He said that at a point some professors failed him in a subject. Meanwhile, he was having $40 million in the account. How is that possible? Somebody doing business. What this amount? You know what it takes to make it.
Yeah.
And you are failed in that what he has written is incorrect.
In entrepreneurship.
And if you knew, will you be teaching?
Wow.
If you get it.
Yeah.
So the world programs us to fail. And in order for us to succeed, we need
to reprogram. Even the Bible says
detoxify
in Romans chapter 12.
Yes.
Don't conform to the patterns of this world.
Yeah.
But be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Exactly.
This is in the Bible.
Yeah. and that's
so if you don't want to conform to the average lifestyle out there, the solution is to be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Exactly. Look, let me tell you something. I have met people that genuinely I wanted them to come on board, work as entrepreneurs in Forever and make it. I realized they had the potential, but there was one thing holding them back. And the thing, one of the major things holding many people back is the environment. Look, there are people who are, let me use where I came from, nurses.
Okay.
And once in a while they go for workshops. And in workshops they have their superiors talking, preaching, whatever, and they chip in their life experiences, what they are going through and what have you. There are instances, some of these superiors may chip in that, oh, as a regional health director, I'm paid a meager 7,000. And these young nurses who have worked for 7 years, 10 years, are seated there and they're like, this man is greedy. 7,000 and you are not okay. They should have even removed at least 3,000 and share among we the junior people. You the top people, you are greedy. But the man is telling you he has worked for 30 years, 35 years. In just 3-4 years, he'll go on retirement. And because of the responsibilities, he has to go back to school. He took loans to go back to school in order to qualify to get to where he is now. So the 7,000 obviously is small. And yet these young ones cannot get the message.
Yeah.
So when these young people come out of such meetings and they meet a young business person who has put up a storage building, 3-4 floors, or a young person tells them that, oh, I'm just 32 now, but before age 27, I was already making 10,000 Ghana cedis in total earnings per month. It's alien, because his boss, whom he or she goes to pick the bag from the hand and then squat to greet, that he worships, doesn't even make that. The professor doesn't make that. So for somebody as young as 40 to own 3-story building, that, oh, maybe he swallowed a frog. That's African mentality. And it's strange. And he says, "Scam! Oh, it's a pyramid! Oh, they're almost dying. They are suffocating."
It's a scam. It's
they can't believe it. Because of their environment. It's a cage, a mental cage. So they think that because they cannot fly out, then anybody who is flying, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. So they can't believe the message. They can't. And when you can't believe, you can't make it. You can't believe that you can make 10,000 in the next 2-3 years. You not even try.
It's true. Your mind closes to
your
all
mind
the
is closed. Their minds are so narrow. So one of the challenges is that the environment. They need to quit that environment. Close your mind to that such environment. The job mentality, the entitlement, that kind of thing. It's a small distance. It narrows their mind. They can't make it. If you walk around 4 broke people, you become the thief. If you want to make it, join a winning group. Be open-minded. Don't assume negatively.
And one thing I like about the current our current world or the 21st century we live in right now is, even if you don't have the immediate access to people like that, you can go online, get into certain groups, and there are certain conversations that lift your mind.
Exactly. But unfortunately, because of where they are coming from, when they see such conversations, they rubbish it.
They
say that, oh, this is
even
mere
get
motivation.
angry.
Some are provoked for saying that. Some even start quoting you, oh, it's not about making money, but it's about what?
It's true.
Money printed even the Bible you are reading.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
It is the means you use to get it that week in church. But money itself is a legitimate decision for exchanging goods and services.
I mean,
so if somebody have it in abundance, what is wrong?
Everybody works, or the average person works till 60.
Exactly.
Because they want money.
If you didn't have money, you would have been swimming and eating free. You see that? If it wasn't for money, you think you'd be stressing yourself. So that is one of the things we need to be working as Africans. We are so narrow-minded, we are so negative, we are so toxic. We need to start detoxifying our minds. We need to think positive small.
It's true.
We need to think positive. I have met a lot of so negative people. Look, can you believe that I ever did a program? There was a woman in the program. In the course of sharing her testimony to inspire them to follow the path, the woman got up shivering and ran away. When I called, she doesn't pay. But she came with somebody. So I asked the other person. He told me that the monies they are mentioning, this could be occultic.
Wow.
Yes.
Occultic.
And that was 2016. Just 6,000 into the bank account.
I see.
And it's occultic.
Wow.
So you see the kind of wealth. And the people in jobs, most jobs, that's what is happening. The young people like us who are supposed to be open and all that. Because the superior doesn't make this. So it's strange. It bounces on the head and falls. It can't comprehend how somebody like our age group can be worth so much and build this kind of hostel. Look, even when I completed this hostel, there was a lecturer who found it strange that a young person like me could build this, because he saw me always giving instructions, so he was sure that I'm the owner. So he asked this organization, they called them is it Ioko?
Ioko.
Yoko. He asked them to investigate me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I see.
Yes. They did everything and they realized that clean.
That is a genuine guy.
Yes, because they can't comprehend how, people are building hostel, they are taking 5 years because it's a big hostel. You saw it.
Yeah.
And the young guy comes within 1 month, lintel plus the 3 courses on top, already roofing, everything is going, plastering, and within 2 years, there are beds, mattresses, curtains, everything is set. It's kind of like a record to see such a thing happening. And for such a young person, this could be strange.
he probably swallowed frog.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see.
I see. So these are some of the challenges.
Okay.
And the only way is that they need to renew their mindsets. That's the only way.
So you've also had the opportunity to travel to different parts of the world.
Yeah.
When you've seen how the systems work, how they seem to be more developed.
Yeah.
What do you think you could, maybe if you were president for like a few years, what do you think you could do to change the fortunes of a country like Ghana?
It has to start with our minds.
Okay.
So we have to, in as much as we want to be talking to this matured, our age group and above, to try to reprogram their minds. We also want to start with the young people, to have a spirit of belief, the spirit of hard work, a spirit of discipline. Then discipline is too much. The corruption and the waste, the lack of a vision is too much in the leadership. And when I talk about leadership, it's not just the politicians, the heads of institutions and all that. Okay, we need all these mindset redevelopment. So we started from the lower level, and then of course ongoing to change our mindset and to believe in ourselves. When we believe we can make it big, we can reform all the structures. VRA, GRA, all these loopholes, all those structures that are ailing, we can change that. And rules, narrow rules that do not last and what have you, it doesn't help us. We need quality rules. We need pipe-borne water. We don't sell lands anyhow. We sell lands, flat-prone, an area there's no electricity. Light has to get there first. You go and assess them. And all that, we need to change the way we do things. All right. Yes, we need, can you believe that we are 67 years, there are no trains running through the, it's sad. So productivity is low. How do we generate income? Taxes are so high. We tax them for doing business, even before they sell. It shouldn't be the case. To stimulate economic activities, in my opinion, we should allow people free importation because we are import driven. So we can start that whilst we are working on becoming more dependent internally. Those that are bringing goods in, we should make it import free. License them, identity, all that. When they finish selling, they want to go for more. Then they pay tax on the old goods they sold. We can always track. If somebody wants to intentionally divert the business because he doesn't want to pay on the distance, we'll ask about your whole identity. We'll always find it from your thumbprint. There is a way.
That's smart.
Yeah, so that the people, when they make the money, paying tax would not be difficult. In fact, they will willingly go and pay because they've made so much. But when you put so much tax on it, they do not even want to do business.
It's true. It's true.
So economic activities are low. But when we stimulate it, we get more money, then we can build infrastructure. Too many slums, we are not able to provide quality accommodation and all that. So in my opinion, we need to change the way we do things. This is just a gist of it.
And I like how you started it. That it has to start with the mind. We have to sharpen the axe.
Exactly.
Then we can now cut down the trees.
Exactly.
Wonderful. It's been such an amazing time talking to you. I'm sure our viewers have also learned a lot. You know. Before you go, how can somebody reach you if they want to contact you?
Okay, so my numbers are on the screen.
Okay.
Yes, 024 51 90034.
Okay.
Yeah, 024 51 90034. You can also get me on call This is also on call though.
Okay.
But I respond to WhatsApp quickly on it.
Okay.
But this other one is 055-3865-904. Yes, and
Okay.
you can call me on that.
All right.
We'll talk business.
Okay.
Let's get involved.
Okay.
Many people do not have the capital to start. Entrepreneurship is not about building from 10,000 Ghana cedis to 1 million Ghana cedis. Entrepreneurship is about building from 0 Ghana cedis to 10 million Ghana cedis. That's a true entrepreneur.
Okay.
And so come with the why you want to start. It could be financial freedom. It could be time freedom. It could be an opportunity to leave a financial legacy for your children. You suffered so much, and so you want to give your children a foundation. What is your why? You want to build a house for your mom within the next 4 years. A why. Write down 10 whys and see. And when you write down 10 whys with a deadline and you come, we start you with network marketing with Forever Business. Work with you. Give yourself 5 years to learn and to grow. You make it.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wow. For somebody who started from zero himself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Exactly.
All right. So that has been an amazing conversation on Thrive in Africa podcast. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell so that whenever we post a new video, you are going to get notified. Until I see you again next time, it's bye-bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Tell them to subscribe.
Yeah, so subscribe to the channel for more detailed conversations like this.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.